to start a new series of planets as Darakaraka. In my channel, I will be covering all the planets simultaneously as Darakaraka. So in this video, I will make Venus as Darakaraka. What happens when you have Venus at its lowest degree as your Darakaraka. So before we start, please subscribe my channel and support me. This is a new channel and I really need your support. So I hope you subscribe. So let's begin our video. So guys, what is Venus first of all? Venus is a planet of love, beauty, luxury, arts, and creativity, media, love, romance. All these things that needs creativity comes in Venus. It's signified by Venus. That is Venus. Venus is a planet that doesn't like to put a lot of physical work in a particular task. It wants to enjoy everything but without putting physical effort. Just like Saturn believes in hard work. Saturn believes in physical work. Venus is a princess. A princess gets everything in her life from her parents. Because of the royal status that she carries, she gets everything. So that is Venus. Venus wants everything without hard work. And that doesn't mean that you are not going to achieve something. It's your past life karma because of which. Because you have done a lot of physical work in your past life, so now you have Venus that's influencing your 10th house or influencing your whole personality, and you don't want to work very hard any longer because you want to enjoy your past life fruits. That is Venus. So these are some qualities of Venus, and if Venus is prominent in your chart, it helps you to go in media industry or work in film, beauty, arts, and all these fields as a film director, actress, actor, model, singer, writer. If it's influenced by Mercury, then you can also become a writer. So that is what Venus is specifically. What happens when Venus becomes your Darakaraka? So now we have to understand this. Darakaraka comes in Jaimini Astrology. It's not related to Vedic Astrology, but it's a term that is really used in astrology today. Because it really works very amazing. If we try to understand the 7 karakas of Jaimini Astrology, we will get much clue of what's happening in our life physically. So that is what it says. Darakaraka is a planet that has the lowest degree in your chart. And that Darakaraka rules your marriage. What kind of marriage you are going to have? It will be the characteristics of your spouse after marriage. And it really doesn't control your spouse's behavior before marriage, because this Darakaraka shows how your spouse is gonna behave after marriage. Because after marriage, your Navamsha chart and your many planets, especially Venus and all, they get activated. So that's why what was your behavior of your spouse before marriage has nothing to do with this. So if you have Venus as a Darakaraka, it simply means that your spouse is going to have very strong Venus in their chart first of all, and they are going to have Venus characteristics, Venus prominent in their personality. And your marriage will be very romantic. Your spouse is going to be very romantic first of all. Your spouse will love you very much, and if Venus is well placed in your chart as well, it means that it's a blessing for you from your past life that you are going to love by your spouse. Your spouse is going to love you very much. Will be very romantic. But the condition is only that your Venus should be well placed in both birth and Navamsha chart, because if it's not well placed in birth or either Navamsha chart, then what's gonna happen is that it will create problem for you. Because your marriage is activating that Venus that's not well placed. And it can also, if your spouse, but If your Venus is Darakaraka, that means that Venus is a very important planet in the chart of your spouse. Venus is ruling their whole life, their personality, their features, their characteristics. Their characteristics are most dependent upon Venus. They will be very beautiful if it's a girl. If it's a girl spouse, then she will be very beautiful. If it's a boy, then he will be very handsome. So all these are good qualities. No matter where your Venus is placed, basically, it happens. The relationship will be more or less very romantic. But suppose if you don't have Venus well placed in your chart, then or is placed in your 11th house, then it means that your spouse would attract opposite sex a lot, would have many opposite sex friends. But it doesn't mean that your spouse will cheat you, but your spouse will attract opposite sex a lot. And your spouse would have one or more creative talent. Any talent it can be writing, poetry, or painting, drawing, any kind of creative talent your spouse may have. So these are some of the characteristics when we talk about Venus as your Darakaraka, basically. And one more thing is that if your spouse is not romantic before marriage, they are going to be very romantic after marriage. And it shows that if any spiritual yoga is getting formed in your chart, then it means your spouse is the one who will take you to that level of spirituality, will make you realize the truth of life, will by his or her love. Love will be the path by walking on which you both are going to obtain that level of spirituality. Then this placement can really give you a very good marriage. What you have to do is that if your spouse loves you, you have to love them back. Because if your spouse Darakaraka is Saturn, then you are not going to be interested in the romance and love that your spouse has, and then it will create a problem between you and your spouse. If your spouse Darakaraka is Mercury, then also it's good because Mercury and Venus can be together and they can understand each other. So that is the thing, that if your spouse is romantic and need love, so you have to understand your spouse in the relationship to make it work well. So guys, this is what I wanted to discuss about what happens when Venus is over Darakaraka, and I hope you really enjoyed the video. Please do comment your views below and what video you want me to make next. And thank you Lord, thank you so much for watching my video, and bye bye.